Hi guys, it's Hilary here from We Love Smart Keto. I hope you're having a really great day. I'm here today to talk to you about mindset, which is what I talked to you about a few days ago, and unfortunately the live stream you couldn't hear me. So please give me a 1 in the comments below if you can hear me. Hopefully you can. And I'm going to go through again what I talked about last time, which was mindset. Oh, you can hear me. Fantastic. So I'm going to be talking about mindset and the importance of mindset for keto. And I know you're here going, well, hang on a minute. This is about metabolic health. This is about what I eat. This is about the things that I eat and when I eat them. What's mindset got to do with any of this? Well, way more than you might imagine. So give me a yes in the comments if you're interested in learning a little bit more about mindset and why it's important. Now, I need to be clear, this is not about willpower. Willpower really doesn't work when it comes to lifestyle. It can work in the short term, but willpower is like a muscle and it gets exhausted very quickly. A bit like decision making. We have kind of decision fatigue. And if we make too many decisions in a day, by the time we get to the end of the day, we don't make good decisions because we've kind of run out of our decision bucket, if you like. Hi, Alex. I'm really pleased that you can hear me. What we're going to be talking about today is mindset. Now, the important I want to talk about two different types of mindset here. So there's a fixed mindset and there's a growth mindset. And I want you to tell me in the comments, just have a guess, which one do you think I'm going to say is more important for the keto lifestyle? Is it the fixed mindset or is it the growth mindset? So tell me in the comments which one, growth or fixed. So let's have a look at what they are. So this is come from a professor from Stanford. Her name is Carol Dweck. She's been researching for quite some years, decades, I think. And I had the privilege actually a few years ago here in Australia of actually hearing her speak. And there were about 500 people in the room, and she was very, very impressive. She has some very solid research. She's a psychologist. And so she's come up with these two concepts, this concept of different types of mindset. The first one is a fixed mindset, where you believe that you have, for example, a set amount of intelligence, and that's the intelligence that the divine powers or whatever you believe in, that you were gifted at birth, and that's the amount of intelligence or ability in anything that you have, and there is no more, no matter how much you try. I don't know about you, but when I was at school, you got streamed into, say, for example, for math, you got put in the top stream A, stream B, stream C, down to the bottom. And if you were in the bottom stream, it was kind of expected that that was where you were going to stay for the rest of your life. Not very empowering. So this is her concept that, people believe that they have a fixed mindset, where, it's that's what the amount that you have. And if you got blessed with a lot, then fantastic. And if you didn't get blessed with a lot, well, then you've just got to find your lot in life. The other one is a growth mindset. And what does a growth mindset mean? Well, a growth mindset means that you don't believe that things are fixed. You believe that you have the ability to learn and to grow and to change, and that the amount of effort that you put in then will mean that your ability will also grow. So these are ideas. Are they true? Are they not true? So she's done a whole series of experiments on this, and then a really interesting experiment that she did that really sort of demonstrates the importance of this. And I'm going to connect it in a minute. You're going, why is she talking about math? What's math got to do with keto? It's what I put in my mind, my mouth. It's not whether I can balance my budget or not. Yes, growth mindset, Alex, exactly. So she did this experiment. There's a lot of experiments, but this is a really sort of a seminal one, I guess, where she gave children, sort of school-age children, high school children, she gave them some maths problems to do, that were perfectly solvable, perfectly doable, and they did them for a little while. And at the end of them, they had two groups. In the first group, they said to them, well done, you did really well on those math problems. You must be really smart. And they praised them for basically having a fixed mindset, for being intelligent, for being smart. The other group who'd done exactly the same math problems, when they got to the end of the math problems, they said, well done, you did really well. You must have tried really hard. You must have put in a lot of effort. And that was really the only difference. There was nothing different in these kids. They were just, high school kids, no difference in the groups, so just very mixed. And what the interesting thing is what they did next. So the next thing they did was they gave the kids some more math problems to solve. The only trouble was that these math problems were actually not solvable. They didn't actually have an answer. So no matter how hard you tried, there was no answer to these math problems. And they gave them a whole series of them. And what they did was they actually timed how long each child would struggle or try with these math problems until they gave up. And the interesting thing was that the group that were told that they had tried really hard, they would actually spend longer as a group. They spent longer trying to solve these impossible math problems than the kids who'd been told that they were really smart. And the hypothesis of the idea is that, the kids that were told they were really smart went, oh, I can't solve these math problems. I mustn't be really smart, or I mustn't be smart enough to solve these math problems. So I'm just going to give up. Whereas the kids who'd been told that they tried really hard went, well, I'm going to try a bit harder, because obviously if I put a bit more effort in, I'll be able to achieve this and to do this. So I wonder if you can guess here the link between talking about kids and math problems and talking here about the fixed and growth mindset for the keto lifestyle. And for me, it's about persistence, right? The key difference with these children that having the growth mindset is that it's about how long you're willing to try and how you're willing to try different things until you succeed. It's about having persistence. And we know with the keto lifestyle, while we see some people that have a really rapid weight loss, if that's what your goal is, that have a really rapid weight loss and see immediate benefits, we know that in people that already have insulin resistance or type 2 diabetics, or women who are perhaps a bit older and sort of perimenopausal, we know that it can take longer to see results. And so it's a question of having that grit. And like we've talked about grit before, about having grit, having determination, and having that persistence. That yes, these are things that are not changing a lifetime at the way that you've eaten for a whole lifetime and suddenly transforming that. That's not a simple thing to do. It sounds easy, but we know that in practice, it can be easy for some people. But there's a whole sort of social world, your whole environment that you have to change around how you eat, what you cook, especially if you're having family meals and perhaps not all of your family are doing the keto lifestyle. We know that it can be challenging if you start to fast, for example. That can be, just getting up and not having breakfast, for example. For some people, that can be hard. And maybe one day you do decide to have breakfast when you thought you weren't going to. And, and the fixed mindset would just say, I mustn't be cut out for this. I'm just going to give up. Whereas a growth mindset says, well, I haven't succeeded yet. I didn't intend to eat breakfast. I found myself going, oh, actually, I'm going to have breakfast. So I had breakfast. That's okay. Tomorrow, is another day. I'm going to learn from this and try again. Similarly, if, for example, you didn't intend to eat some carbs or have a snack, and you do that, again, a fixed mindset would say, well, I'm obviously not the kind of person who's cut out for this. Whereas a growth mindset would say, there's not winning and losing, there's winning and learning. And it's a bit of a cliche. There's not any losers, there's only learners. But really it is true. We learn from the errors that we make, and then we learn from that, and we put a different practice in place, or perhaps we make sure that those snacks are not available in the house, or, we rehearse in our mind, what are we going to say to somebody when they offer us a snack? And we're not just going to take it out of politeness, but I'm going to think of a polite way to decline that doesn't, offend that person, because sometimes people can be offended if they offer you something that they think that you should take. So we haven't failed. We've learned something. And for me, that's the important thing about this fixed mindset and growth mindset, is that growth mindset is all about practicing. We're practicing things. I'm practicing keto lifestyle for the rest of my life. It's a practice that we do. I'm in the arena. There's a wonderful quote by Theodore Roosevelt, a past president of the very famous past president of the US. And some of you may know this quote. It's about, I'm not going to quote it properly here, but it's about daring greatly. And the people to respect are those people who are in the arena, not those who are watching from the sideline, because they haven't gone in and got their hands dirty and their feet dirty, and they haven't learned what it is to practice something, to try something. So for me, those three things go together. Having a growth mindset, having grit, having determination and persistence, and also daring greatly, getting in the arena and giving it a go. If it doesn't work the first time, or it takes a bit longer, that's okay. Just keep on and keep persisting. So I'd be interested to know, tell me, what is the thing in your keto lifestyle that you've had to have the most grit about? What's the thing that you found hardest in this arena, in this keto arena? Let me know in the comments what it is that you found the hardest. I think for me, it was getting over that hurdle. And we've talked here before about scary and facing your scary. And for me, that was fasting. And I know for some other people in the group, it was also, fasting, that getting past, for me, not eating till dinner time was never really an issue. I did that quite often, but it was like going through until the next morning before I had something to eat. That was, I needed to get in the arena and try that and practice. And, I've done that on a number of occasions. For the moment, I'm not doing it so often, but I'll probably get back to doing it. I was doing it sort of once or twice a week. Just at the moment, life here in Melbourne has been a bit challenging with we're back down in lockdown here at the moment, which is it's not so fun, but it's getting a bit better. But I just went, okay, for a while, I'm just gonna have my one meal a day and just be a little bit easier about it. But I will get back to it, because it's a practice. It's stuff that we practice, and I'm not giving myself a hard time about that. It's just, that's what's right for me. Right now at this time, I'm still in ketosis. It's all still fine. And when I'm ready, I'll go back into that sort of bit more extended fasting. So I'm just interested to know in the comments, and if you're watching this later when it's on recording, please just let me know, what's the thing that you've had to have the most grit about, the most of a growth mindset? What's the thing that you've had to really, when you started keto was, or perhaps you're just starting out now, that's been most challenging for you? Now, I was going to say, there's also a number of comments, questions in the group, and I'm going to come back to those next week and answer them. So please keep your questions and comments coming. And next week we'll do a bit of a session to talk about those. So I hope that you found this chat helpful and useful and interesting. Next week we'll be talking a little bit more about sort of some of the fundamentals of keto, again coming back to some of our basics about macros and things like that. But I do like to go what appears to be off topic sometimes, and it's not really off topic, because we are whole creatures. We're not just what's in our mouths and our stomachs. We are whole creatures with a head, and our head is connected to our heart, and our head is connected to our gut as well. So I like to think about those as an integrated thing. So I hope you found this chat on mindset interesting and valuable, and I hope you've learned something. So here we come, a comment from Alex. Sometimes I think these comments are a little bit delayed coming through to me, I think sometimes. So yours was the 48-hour fast. Yes, Alex, I remember that. And you got through it, and you got through it really well. And I think you've done a number since then, haven't you, as well? So look, it's really fantastic to have a chat with you. I hope that you found this commentary on mindset interesting. In the next couple of weeks, there's going to be some interesting things coming through on the group that I'm going to be talking to you about, some new ideas and offers, and a different way of helping you. Hopefully, that's going to be coming through. So I'll be talking to you about that in a few weeks. So put a yes in the comments if you're interested to keep in touch with that, and we'll make sure to let you know. So it's going to be a bit of a surprise. I'm sort of working on it as we go through, but I think it's going to be really, really helpful and useful, certainly for some of you. So that's everything I have to talk about today. So thank you for tuning in. It's really great to have you here in the group. Remember to invite other people to come and get some benefit also out of the group. I know a number of you have done that, so please feel free to do that. And I'm going to head off now and say thank you so much. Have a great, I think it's weekend, so have a great weekend coming up. See ya.